An individual common man struggles a lot in their life, and the only way of looking towards building a massive wealth and a money and becoming rich in your life is doing a hard work. This is an old traditional way. I don't deny that it is a wrong way or a correct way, and I'm not making any judgment on that. But hard work, yes, definitely it plays out in your life. But if you try to be a little smart in your life, then you really need not be doing that much of hard work to build a great wealth in your life. So in this video, I'm going to cover the psychology which is needed in order to build the wealth through compounding, the 3 steps that you need to take and go towards the journey of compounding, and lastly, I will give you a rule to follow when it comes to doubling your money. As we go into this detail of setting a very correct psychology in order to compound your wealth, if possible, try to watch this video with your parents, or if there is a parent watching this video, try to watch this video with your kid, because it is very important. जो आज psychology आपको मैं बताने वाला हूँ, maybe this video will help you personally, your child or your parents to set the correct psychology which is needed in order to build the massive wealth through the magic of compounding. Schools don't often teach these things, so it is very important money management skill and a know-how which is needed if you want to really build a massive wealth in your life. So let's get started on this video. The first part is setting a correct psychology towards compounding. So if you see, there are 2 kinds of investors in the market. You will often notice this. One is who rely on a simple interest model. That means they will invest their money, they will gain something out of it, they will use that money for their regular life living. And there are second category of people who invest that money, and whatever income or the interest or the return that they get on this money, they further reinvest that money. So I'm talking about this second category of people, and why this opting for a second category will help you a lot is what I'm going to explain you. So say if you are investing your money in a equity market or any kind of investment asset class, over there you are getting a return of 10%. So in the first 10 years of your time period, you might be getting around 10 to 11% of return through that investment. But do you know that in next 10 years thereafter, your investment return could be 4 times. And in the following year, your investment return could be 6 times more powerful. So I'm talking about compounding over here. Let us try to understand the basic definition of compounding. It simply means that say you're investing 1 lakh rupees, on that you have got a 10% return. That means you are having 1 lakh plus 10% return, that is 10,000 rupees. So in total now your investment amount is 1 lakh 10,000. In the following year, you would get an interest on the 1 lakh plus the 10,000 that you have got. So additional 10% that you got is on both the 10,000 component and as well as the 1 lakh component of your investment. This process of earning interest on interest is called compounding. Take a look at this chart. Say you are investing 10 lakh rupees and you are investing at a return of 12% per annum for a next 30 years of time frame. The investment of 10 lakh rupees grows to 3 crore by the time you are finishing up with the tenure of 30 years. This was possible because of compounding. Now here comes the psychology and the most interesting part of this video. So say you are investing this 10 lakh with a horizon of 30 years into any asset class of your choice. The interest that you get on top of that is 2.9 crore. So if in reality, if you see, the 10 lakh that you have invested is because of your hard work. So this 10 lakh is due to the hard work, the job, the business that you are currently doing. This 1 lakh 20,000, that is 12% return on this 10 lakh that you have got, is actually from the patience that you have held this investment for a longer duration. So if you see what is happening, your hard work was done once for that 10 lakh, but after 20 years of time frame, the power of patience is so high that it rewards you an equivalent amount. This is as good as you have hired a person called as a patience in your life, and that patience is working for you. And that's the magic of compounding. So this 10 lakh that you have invested, this earns somewhere around 2.9 crore as an interest, and this interest is belonging to the patience element in your investment journey. So in the magic of compounding, and for a compounding to work in your favor, it is very important and paramount that you need to have a patience so that you can have that desired financial journey and a financial freedom. Furthermore, you will notice that in 20 years time frame, you were able to generate an equivalent amount of invested money, which was 10 lakh per year. And in next 30 years of time frame, the amount and the return triples. So you start to generate 30 lakh worth of interest per year. The psychology which I am trying to set forth over here is to shift from that perceived belief that it is only through hard work you can be financially free and you can be rich in your life. Patience rewards you more. than hard work. 3 simple steps in order to follow and go into this journey of compounding is: start investing as early as possible in your life, because you will have that pool and the number of years for this compounding to work in your favor. Number 2 is spend less than what you earn. Follow a minimalistic approach as per your own standard of living. And number 3 is invest wise. Start learning about stock market, start learning about investing. Follow my channel. Definitely I'm going to disclose and teach many more investment ideas and methodologies of how you can be approaching towards your financial journey. Now, I'm considering an investment journey up until 60 years of time frame. Why I'm considering 60 years as an average period? The Indian statistics shows that an average life expectancy of Indians is 70 years, conditioned to multiple other factors. Now, for a 60 years horizon of your investment, that means your journey could be for 40 years if you're starting at 20, or it could be for 30 years if you're starting at 30, and likewise for other residual years. Now you might question that, oh Ajinkya, you are talking about the investment journey till 60. By the time you are 60, how can you be really enjoying your life? The question I would want to ask you is, what is the purpose of you pursuing that brighter career, or taking that efforts, or taking that risk, or starting your own business? There are only 2 responses, or any response that you would give would revolve around these 2 answers. Number 1 is you have your own personal ambition and a career goal. And the number 2 is you have to look after your family and build a wealth so that your next generation can build further upon it. Well, in reality, if you see, the money that you are earning does not comes and stays with you forever. Ultimately, it has to pass on to the next generation. So why not start on the compounding journey for them from now? That's why I insisted that if you are watching this video, prefer watching it with your parent or with your kid, so that you understand the compounding journey and you collectively take a family decision to start on this financial journey. So if you personally couldn't reap the benefits, your next generation will definitely will. Now let me explain you how the power of this person called as a patient increases with time. So let me prove you with some numbers how the power of this person called as patience works in your favor, and it increases more and more with time. So say you invested this 10 lakh for 12%, and with a horizon of 10 years, that total amount accumulates to 31 lakh. Now you might consider that, oh Ajinkya, there is an inflation also we need to factor in. So let's consider inflation as well over here. So the inflation over here, the Indian statistics gives us that it is somewhere around 7.5% considering a last 60 years horizon. Now back then the regulations, the economic policies was not so strong, and these days we are seeing an average inflation of 5.5 to 6%. Let's consider the worst case, which is 7.5% as an average inflation. If we factor in the inflation, this same 10 lakh worth as of today, after 10 years, it will be 20 lakh. So in reality, if you see, your power has been 1.5 times. Whatever was affordable for 10 lakh now, you have 1.5 times of more power after 10 years. Now, if you increase your horizon for 20 years, the power doubles. So in 20 years time frame, the inflated value of 10 lakh stands out to somewhere around 42 lakh. But the returns that you have in your portfolio, the total maturity amount is 96 lakh. So as you can see this, the power of this return has doubled. Furthermore, in 30 years, your inflated value would be somewhere around 80-90 lakh rupees, whereas your portfolio value will be 3 crore. That means your power has tripled. So as you can see, this proves that the power of this person called as patience, it increases with time as and when this person gets old. So it is very important for you to have this patience in your life. The graph of the power of patience looks something like this. So with time, the inflated value of the same 10 lakh goes something like this. But the power of patience adds and works in your favor. So your portfolio returns are something like this. Because of this gap which is created between the purchasing power and the inflated value, it multifolds your purchasing power with time. In the initial 10 year, it was 1.5 times. In next 10 years, it gave you 2 times of the power. And in furthermore next 10 years, it gives you 3 times of more purchasing power for the same product that you could afford now. So what you could purchase now, your next generation will be able to afford 3 times of that, and in reality for doing nothing, just making patience work in your favor. In the financial wealth creation journey, many people want instant gratifications. आज invest किया, कल market से return चाहिए. Well, that does not really work, because the curve of any investment journey or any investor is something like this. So with time, you will identify and notice that the initial result that you would get by your investment journey is not so well, or it might be even negative for some couple of months or couple of years. But with time, when you mature and you understand the philosophy of investment, you will see a rise in your portfolio and it grows. Now, many investors really fail during this point and well before that itself. So it is important to stay invested so that the compounding works in your favor. If you have liked the video till here, then do consider subscribing. So moving on, the next rule is a simple mathematical rule to calculate in how many years your money will double. So the rule is called as a rule of 72. Simply divide this number 72 by the percentage return that you are expecting. So say you are expecting a 6% returns, that means you will take 12 years to double your money. If you are expecting a return of 12%, it will take 6 years for you. And if your investment return is only 2%, then it will take 36 for you to double your invested amount. If you are watching this video till here, then I will give you a very short and a quick motivational tip in your financial journey. But before that, please subscribe this channel, because your subscription is a kind of motivation for me and an indication that you are liking my content, so that I can do more research and present such contents to you. If you have any content in specific on which I should do a research and present it to you, let me know in the comment below. The short and a very important motivational financial tip is the best time to start your investment journey was 10 years back. The second best time is now. This is Ajinkya. See you in the next video, where I'll be talking about some stock market traps and how you can save your portfolio investment from it. See you in the next video. Good luck.